Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about Demon Slayer, the movie, Mugen Train. That's a long name. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the Japanese name. But we're going to talk about it because we went to go see it last night. It was the preview showing. It was pretty good. We're going to talk about that and the box office predictions for it and what to expect from this movie. So if you haven't seen it yet and you don't want to be spoiled, now's the perfect time to shut the damn video off.
And come back later when you've seen it.
Come back later when you've seen it, see if you agree, disagree. I don't know. So before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, we're over 186,000 subs. We're hoping for 200,000 soon, but YouTube, man, they've been throttling some channels, haven't they?
Yeah, or something.
Something's going on.
Going weird. No, what? No, this is a completely innocuous review of a movie. Let's see what happens.
Bunch of weebs in their animes. We got
That's right.
Weebs. Actually, that's okay. So we...
I know where you're going to go
We
with
went to go see the movie, and Squid King did not go see it with us. It was actually Pinky Boo and her friend went to go see it with us. Squid King did not go see it because he's like, I don't want to go see your weeb movie.
Well, he hasn't watched
He's never
show.
seen the series.
So
This is going to be interesting this weekend. Demon Slayer, of course, is breaking all kinds of records overseas. It's the top animated movie of like all time.
I can't wait to see how it does because it's only going to be a limited run in the U.S. and people are having trouble finding it theaters that had it in though.
Yeah, thankfully our closest theater actually had it, which
did.
is weird.
Both the close theaters did, which surprised me because they're like small town theaters. I was really surprised that they'd have it.
Yeah, usually when they do the Funimation stuff or they do the the niche movies, like when we went to go see Shin Godzilla, we had to go all the way into Pittsburgh to find a theater to watch it in. But yeah, we were able to catch it at the local theater. Which was very cool. And it was cool to be able to see Demon Slayer, Mortal Kombat, and Godzilla all in the marquee at the same time.
They did. We should get a picture of that.
I should have.
Dang it. I never thought about that till you said it.
And it was cool because the theater we went to go see it in was actually the same theater we went to go see Sonic the Hedgehog in. And
I'm just like winning.
It was the exact same. Yeah, it was the same theater and I believe the same seats that we went to go see Sonic in. And Sonic was the last movie that we saw in the theaters. Demon Slayer is the first movie that we saw in the theater after the pandemic. Well, I guess it's still technically going on, but so we were kind of bookended. We had a really crappy year, and it was bookended by Sonic and Demon Slayer. So that's not.
I mean, that's the plot. There's a plus side.
There is a plus side. So that being said, it is going to be interesting to see how it does in the States. I will say there were more people there than I expected.
Oh, I wasn't surprised. Well, I wasn't surprised because I know that it's a limited run. There were a lot of people who wanted to go, but their theaters didn't have it. So I think the theaters that do have it might see more people.
Yeah, and it is, again, it's a pretty small town theater, so it was surprising to see that many people turn out for Demon Slayer.
We're not that isolated. Yay!
Yeah, so that was kind of cool. So I guess, we'll talk a little bit about the box office here after we talk about the movie itself. Now, the thing about the movie, my feeling on it is you need to kind of temper your expectations because it is a literal continuation of the anime series.
If you like the series, you'll like the movie.
It is literally more of that. In fact, there was no discernible uptick in quality in the animation that I could see. Usually when they do movies, anime movies, the movies tend to be definitely a noticeable higher budget. The Demon Slayer movie it looked just like an episode of the show.
It was very consistent with the show.
I mean, it's UFO Table did the animation as if you didn't know because they made sure you knew.
Oh yeah, that was on there many times.
Many. A lot of people were commenting on Twitter about that too. It was like, oh my God, how many times do we have to mention UFO Table? But yeah, I mean, the animation is good. Actually, Demon Slayer has definitely above average animation for a series, especially in this day and age. It seems like you look at some of the older anime, and it seems like there was a lot more TLC. Now a lot of stuff is done, via computer.
They're trying to do it quickly to get more out.
Right. So I mean, the animation quality is pretty much exactly the same as the show. It looks like you're basically just watching more episodes of the anime. It felt like you're watching more episodes of the anime. Like it was just like 5 or 6 episodes kind of shoved together.
So I mean, it keeps that whole the comedy in certain places and things like that, just like you would watching the anime. So if you like the anime, you're probably going to like the movie.
That's what's going to make it kind of hard to rate it for me.
Right.
Because it's like I can't judge this movie as a standalone movie because it literally is just more of the series. It's not like, a lot of the Dragon Ball movies, either they're kind of a side story, even with My Hero Academia, they're usually like a side story or they're like an alternate universe telling. Same with the Evangelion movies, like they do explain it, I guess they tie it to the series, but they kind of existed on their own. This one cannot exist without the series.
It's literally like the second season of Demon Slayer.
Yeah, it was like season 1.5.
Right.
So it makes it really hard to rate. I mean, that being said, it was good. There were some parts in there that were really awkward, and I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that we went to go see the dubbed version because we had the kids with us, and because we were kind of like...
I didn't want to read subtitles. I had a headache all day.
too much thinking, too much, So we were kind of in for a shock there, too, because most of Demon Slayer we watched subtitled.
We watched some dubbed, some subtitled, but some of the characters we never heard with the English dub voices.
And Nosuke.
And we're just like...
I was like, is that his voice?
I was just, well, the guy on the train, that Enmu,
yeah.
His voice was very, like Yuki's brother from Fruits Basket.
It could be the same.
I don't know, but it was very that stereotypical,
very feminine,
flamboyantly,
yes.
voice.
I thought it was a woman at first.
Did you? No, I could tell it was a guy.
Because even the design, like
the character doesn't look like a woman.
Yeah, because if I didn't know better, I'd be like, this looks like a woman's haircut. Looks like breasts.
Boobs.
Yeah, but apparently...
I know our daughter's friend didn't realize it wasn't a woman until they have the person in the train and they have no shirt on, and you can see it's a dude then.
Yeah.
Because I could tell it was supposed to be a guy. Anyway, very interesting voiceover. It got really weird because it's going to ruin it, but you know what? We already warned you. I'll give you another couple seconds to turn it off. Okay. He becomes the train itself, okay? And he's in the train, and you're seeing his like upper torso, supposedly encased in this train that he is the train. This is now his body, and he's going on about them moving around in the cars, and he's like, I can feel you moving around inside me, and I was like,
is that
whoa?
That was the dub. I'd love to know. Some of the dialogue was really wonky. I'm like, I really am gonna have when we buy it. And we'll buy it. I got to see what this subtitle version's like, because I'm like, some of the lines do not land with the dub. Like, it's just, I'm like, we're clearly losing something in the translation here.
Well, I was going to go on to say that what was going on the inside the train cars were these tentacles were coming out trying to eat people or get people. So it literally was like tentacle, like porn going on inside. It wasn't porn, but you know what I mean? Like there's tentacles moving around, and then he's going, "Ooh, I can feel you moving around inside me," and I was like, "Whoa, this has became a completely different movie right now." He
becomes a giant flesh train with tentacles inside of him. Toot toot, everybody! Oh, I want you to ride my caboose.
I was just like, it was a little weird with the voice and some of the stuff that was said.
Yeah, so it's I mean, this is a hard one to rate. I mean, I love Demon Slayer. I do. We love Demon Slayer. It's one of my favorite anime of the last 5 years. I mean, do I think it's overhyped? I think on some level, but I think that the mangaka knew what was gonna work. Like there were a lot of themes that were like, yeah, this has been successful in this series, this has been successful in this series, and let's take a little Inuyasha, a little Dragon Ball, a little, and kind of mix it all up, and it works. It's a crowd-pleasing anime. But the movie itself is not a standalone movie.
Yeah, if you didn't see it going into it, you're not gonna.
I have no idea what the hell is going on.
It's like, what's up with this dude, and why is what are they doing? They don't really give you a backstory because they're assuming you saw it leading up to it, or you read the manga.
Literally, they drop you. I mean, look, the series, the last episode of season 1 ended with them getting on the train. It literally picks up the very next scene. They literally just drop you into the situation. You're supposed to know everything that's going on with these characters. There is zero explanation as to who's who. Now, some anime movies sometimes will give you a really quick recap for people. They'll be like, here's so-and-so, here's what their deal is. In this case, it's just like, no, we're just going to drop you in. And, oh, by the way, when it starts, yeah, they're dreaming. So you're going to have to figure that shit out, too.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's like...
I mean, I don't hate it. It sounds like we're being...
No, not at all. It was good.
Saying, it was... If you're going in expecting more of the show, you're going to be...
Very happy.
Very happy, because that's what it is. If you're going in expecting some epic movie that's, on a different level than the show, it's not going to be what you think it's going to be. I personally have no problem with it. It was the voices a couple times were a little weird, and some of the comedy was a little weird, but it was pretty funny in places.
Yeah, it was, again, if you're not, you're expecting like a Ghibli movie, and all of a sudden they start going into like the super deformed, goofy ass, shtick, which they do in the anime, then you're going to be like, what the hell is going on
here?
Yeah,
because that's what's going to happen.
We meet Mr. Rengoku, and we lose Mr. Rengoku. Yeah. In the course of a movie.
Spoiler.
We told people there were spoilers. So
we knew this was going to happen too, because there's a lot of the these demon slayers that are going to die before the end of the series. Yeah. That was already a given. I figured this was going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of build up. I mean, here's what's kind of hard about this, and I haven't read much of the anime or the manga, so I'm kind of like, I don't know.
Good luck getting it.
Yeah, good luck getting it. There's like a manga shortage now, especially something like Demon Slayer. But I don't know if he had a bigger role in the manga or not, but we barely got to know him. And so it's kind of, I guess my complaint is like, if the whole purpose of the movie was to get you to feel really bad for losing this character, he's like literally introduced. He does some stuff, cool stuff. He gives a speech. You learn a little bit about his history, and then he dies.
Well, I felt a little bit bad.
I felt bad. I did feel bad.
I mean, you and the girls were kind of talking about it, and like, well, they didn't give me enough time, and it's like, I did. I kind of felt bad, especially because it was his mom and stuff, which I don't want to ruin it, but too late.
We already told people
he can kick ass, though.
He kicks all kinds of ass, and he's going to be a catalyst for future growth of the main characters, as I understand it. But it was kind of like they built. Okay, so the main plot of the story is, they're fighting this Enmu dude here, the Flesh Train, henceforth known as the tentacly...
All aboard the Flesh Train.
All aboard the Flesh Train. So they're fighting, then they beat the Flesh Train. And you're thinking, okay, we're going to get some resolution. And all of a sudden, another demon shows up, powerful demon, top 3 demon, number 3, I think it was number 3 demon.
Yeah.
Shows up. And they get into a very prolonged fight, him and Mr. Rengoku. And he tries to lure him to the dark side. And he's a good guy, so he says no. And he gets his ass kicked. Kind of, not without kicking some ass.
But he still won.
He still won.
As we are told.
From a certain point of view.
Well, not technically. I mean, they said the other guy had to run away just to stay alive. So, yeah, in that case, he did win.
Yeah, so, but it was kind of... It's kind of weird, and I'm sure the manga is probably this way too, where it's like, okay, we finally fought this demon, all of a sudden this other demon just shows up and kills a guy. We have a big fight, and it's like, and then he runs away. So, I mean, obviously this is to set up conflict.
But in real life, that kind of happens. If you're in a battle and you defeat one enemy, the other enemy might show up right behind them,
Well, that's true. It's kind of video game-esque in that regard, where it's like, oh, hey, I beat a boss, but here's a bigger boss.
Right. And it ups the stakes. Oh, I want to talk about one more thing. When they were in their dream realms and they have to go, their subconscious is at risk.
Oh, God, yeah.
So, so it went all like Howl's Moving Castle on it with Tanjiro. His subconscious, this guy, Mr. Rengoku is like very fiery, and then Zen's is kind of dark, and you get to his, and it's like all white and cloudy and calm, and they're like, I've never seen such a beautiful soul, and then the one person's there to destroy his core or whatever, and these little like sparkle things as sprites.
Sparkle sprites.
They kind of remind me of
fairies. Don't they call
like the Calcifer and stuff? Yeah. Like the fairies, the star things, are leading him to it because that's what he needed, because he's just so pure and good and nice. And it was like, I get it, and it was kind of sweet, but it was also kind of like,
yeah, and this is one of the scenes where I talked about before, where I'm like, I have to see the subtitled version. I hope it doesn't come across as being so hammy in the original Japanese, because the dub version is just so like I laughed. I actually laughed. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, it's like, oh, it's so pure. And he like falls to his knees. Like, I've never seen a beautiful soul like this. And it's like, oh my God. Oh my God. No.
Well, I mean, the point is try to have a beautiful soul.
Yeah.
But, you know, in case you didn't get that this character is the kindest, sweetest, most pure soul ever. He's got little sparkle sprites that take you to his core.
His shiny virgin core.
It has like some things in it that, you know, are a little bit like, because like any anime or manga is going to have some things like that in it.
It's a cultural thing.
It's not bad. It's actually good. I mean, it sounds like we're pissed.
Yeah, no.
I'd see it again. I'd buy it.
Oh yeah, we're gonna buy it.
I'm really hoping it does very, very well.
Yeah.
I'm excited for all of you that are going to go see it. If you listen to this, I'm not sure why you listened to this before you saw it. I hope you all get the chance to go out there and watch it. I would recommend it.
Yeah, I would give it personally. I mean, if I had to rate it, it's really hard. Again, this is a continuation of the series. It's not a standalone movie, but I'd say a 7 or an 8.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it really kind of whets the appetite for season 2, which is what I think it was designed to do. Now, I don't know if they thought it was going to be as big of a hit as it was, but that just shows how invested people are in this story.
I'm very invested in the story. And I do, and like the heroes battle and the struggles, and, you know, you can still fight and give it your all and win in some ways and lose in some ways. And I like that because in Western entertainment anymore, it's just like you get something just because you're you and because you're a certain type of you. And it doesn't matter if you earned it. And here you can do everything you're supposed to do and still win and lose at the same time. And I think that's cool.
Yeah, there was something that Tanjiro said about, you know, looking over the wall and you can see your heroes and then you realize you just like run into another wall. Like there's always another.
Oh no, yeah, you hear them fighting and you want to help, but you can't get to them because, you know, it takes so long to level up or to move on to the next plateau or whatever.
And that's an ongoing theme with, you know, this series more than a lot of others that I've seen is the journey of like learning to kick ass. You're not just born a hero. You're not like Tanjiro really has to work for it. I mean, even the first couple episodes of the series are kind of slow, but they're building up that like this kid is going to spend years working toward being a hero.
Not just giving it because they're them.
Yeah.
And I really like that. And I think that a lot of the things that you said, there's the cultural differences. That is one of the key ones. I think a lot of the things that, you know, it seems different because they aren't afraid to have characters cry. Over here, they'd be like, well, you can't do that because you're, you know, this or that kind of person. And here they're like, you have to work hard and you're willing to risk your life for others. And other people are put above yourself. And in America, especially, that is not always the case. No. I think there's a lot to be learned from shows like this. So anyway, I want to go home. So let's wrap this up.
All right. So we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna see how it does. I think it's gonna kick Mortal Kombat's ass personally.
We haven't seen that one yet.
No, I haven't seen Mortal Kombat. I actually kind of want to see it.
I thought you were gonna watch it probably tonight or something.
Yeah, but we have it on HBO Max. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, I can watch this on HBO Max. I can watch Godzilla on HBO Max. We couldn't watch Demon Slayer, so we went to the theater, and it was a great way to come back to the theaters. I think, for sure. And it kind of felt like, you know, hey, things are kind of going back to normal.
Yeah, and we got to bring our daughter's friends because she's into it too, and so our daughter was thrilled.
Yeah, so recommend it if you can catch it in the theater. It's definitely worth it if you're a Demon Slayer fan, so you don't have to wait to see how things go, but now we got to wait for season 2. So
well, this is going to be coming out eventually too. I forget exactly off the top of my head when this is going to be out onto like
I think
Funimation and stuff. Yeah, so it's coming. If you don't get to go to the theater or you don't have one around you, it is coming out. You'll get to see it at some point. But anyway.
All right, we're going to wrap it up. Yep. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.